Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome, one and all, to Retro Spectrum. I'm Ewan Spence, your host for the next 15 to 20 minutes, as I look at another classic game from the archives. It's going to be a Spectrum title today. Yes, the last time we were on here was 3 weeks ago with a bit of training on a train, hence training, not me practicing at the gym or anything. That would be terrible. But today's game. I was having a little look around and thinking, what would be an interesting watch? What could I use to test out? And I'm going to be absolutely blatant here. The Razer Kaio webcam. So we can just look at that. We can line up the circle inside the circle. Hey, there we go. Razer.com. Right, that bit's done. Hey, okay. So Shockway Rider I picked up partly because I do remember playing this one when it first came out. It was on one of the Spectrum cover tapes on your Sinclair. And I have the notes up here. It popped up on issue 60 in the third 4-pack. That was when we are just starting to get into the cassette tape war, cover tape wars, or most of the magazine budget was going into tape titles. Instead of started off, you had one game title, then you had two, then you had three, then they went up to the 4-pack for about 4 or 5, and then it was the Magnificent 7, and then everything was all about the cover tape, and there were less and less pages in the magazine. So in the end, what you're actually doing was buying a game a month with a bit of paperwork stuck on the end. Shockway Rider did have a release from FTL Games, Faster Than Light Games, before hitting the cover tapes. And I wanted to pick this out for a couple of reasons. One is because it's one of those games that I remember as being okay, but not brilliant. In other words, it's kind of an average title. It's a bit later in life. It's from 1987. But there's also it kind of reminds me of some of the modern games you see on your smartphones and everything, with slightly less colors. It has to be said. So let's go full screen on our Spectrum and bring up Shockway Riders for the first time through. Let's hit the drop down. Shockway Riders. There we go. Straight in. Look at that. We don't have to wait 4 minutes for it to load in. Fantastic. J for joystick, K for keyboard, for to start, P for practice. We don't need no practice. We're just going to go straight into a rolling demo. We don't want a rolling demo. It's just started. I didn't press anything. There we go. We're just doing a rolling demo. How curious. Who does a rolling demo? It's like, yeah, but that's lifted from the arcade games to pop. I'm doing nothing. Look, all hands, nothing. It's just showing you the game. And I could talk about them playing the game, but the whole point is for me to play the game while you're going along with that. So let's just, come on, let me back. There we go. Remember now why I might not have loaded this a lot in the Signal app. Okay, so we are going to be going with a joystick. It is going to be a Kempston, and we're going to press fire to start. Level 1, District of Northside. Bonus life for 5 bystanders. What does that mean? Does that mean that I have to protect them or I have to hit 5 bystanders? Anyway, here we are. Let's just do one of these at full screen. Pick up some bricks. There's a bystander behind me. I can't get you out of the way. Right then. So, there is a very interesting dystopian view of the world here. You are a Shockway Rider. Your aim is to go all the way around the city to do a circuit of the city and protecting everything as it goes by. And you go that not by walking, because nobody walks in these games. There are 3 shockways around the city that you can travel on. The outside one, which is slow. The middle one, which is a bit medium. And the outside one, which is fast. So that gets you round, that gets you more points. But of course, it's a bit harder to play on. So let's just bring me back into this as well. So Space for Hire. It's, Mega City 1, Judge Dredd, Ultra Violence, and it's all that sort of things. There's a bouncy ball, so we can. Okay, well look, there's some civilians which is said I should take out. So is it just a case of I just need to kill everything? Let's just assume it's a kill everything game. Collision detection is not pixel perfect, so we're probably talking about quite large sprites in terms of the code in this game. You've got forward, backward, left, right on the controls. There's some bricks. Let's just take those bricks just there. Knock out the bad guys and get trashed. Still on the north side. Throw a brick behind me. Whee! Throw a brick behind me. Throw a brick to the side. Nope, just get knocked into the old man. That bonus number, did that go up or down? Let's find out. Let's find out in Travers, because there's an old man there. He's turned into a bad guy. Shockway Riders just seem to be, the bad guys just seem to just turn over people. Enter name. Well, that was a... Oh, it's using an up, down, left, right, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's just... Because it's quick to type. Asa! 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 You, sir! Me, sir! There, sir. Right then. Well, yeah, that was a bit underwhelming, really, wasn't it? Right, let's try it. Let's have another go at that. Okay, right then. Fired. Level 1. District North Sleep. Bonus life for 5 nice hours. Bonus says 5. No ammo. Right then. Okay, so, alright. I think the game here is just really... First one is to get some ammo. Right, got some. And just try and keep in a clear space. I've lost 2 of my lives already. Just building up. Why don't you get to start with the ammo? Okay, right. Thankfully, you don't need to pick up the ammo again after every life is lost, so that's good. You can throw bricks sideways, and I've missed completely. Okay, right then. So, slightly frustrating. We should really stay in the middle lane, so we've got some options. There's an old guy. Let's just take that. The bonus number did go down. There we go. So, there's a lot of firing going on here. Okay, so, it's slow. I've still got bricks. Okay, right then, bounce around. Just try and keep some open space going on here. Might be the answer. Throw that behind me. Throw it at the front. Okay, so the bad guys are these in the sort of grayed out things. There's a couple of interesting coding things going on here I want to talk about in a second as well. But let's just let's get that. The fact is that you've actually got distance. I like that. You know, when you come to the front of the screen, you actually do have a better character. A better character? A bigger character. I like that. That's just... Block 9. I'm told there's 12. Is that for Rocky 21? Yeah. Well, you know. Bonus 1, right? So what happens there? Bonus 5. I'm back up to 3 lives. Oh, okay, right. I think it said that gave me another life. I'm just going to have to try and remember that now, aren't I? There we go. Okay, oh no, back with the bricks, back with the bricks, back with the bricks. You old man, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. There we go, there's me Shockway Rider as well. Right then, there's a countdown, I think. Was that the countdown to get all the way around? Block 12! Wait, all the way around! Hey, back in the north side. So, that's like level 1. Okay, right, starting to get a bit of a feel to it. That's good, that's good. Should we stay in this side of the screen? I think so. Yeah, we'll stay on that side of the screen. I'm going to take some tea. But actually, let's just go back and have a look at that cover while we're waiting. Because you can't work out if it's trying to be a sports thing or any, you know, it's just there, isn't it? Where are we? Oh yeah, I have to send a quick text. Bear with me. Have a look at the artwork. No, don't do that. There we are. Hi family, I am recording on Twitch. So where were we? I just wanted to pick up that last one there. Right then, back in the game. You know, if I was being anything revolutionary, I would take this. Right then, so we must... Okay, so we're level 2. District of the Scrubs. Bonus life for 5 mailbacks. I must be picking stuff up at the site. Okay. Right, so I've got different type of ammo here. Spheres. Oh, I've got barriers in the way as well, so I can't... Okay, and there's a mailbag. That doesn't help me because of... Oh, well, right, okay, so I've got my mailbag. Okay, so we can just bounce through. Oh, the game's got a bit sluggish now, hasn't it? Do I have to... Nope, I just have to pass it to pick it up. Like an old-fashioned train. Okay, and I've got 1 life left. Okay. Right. Keep there. Throw my sphere. That doesn't kill you. Oh, that one did. That one did. Yeah. Just as I think I'd got a hang of it, it's decided to go, no, you haven't. That's great. Okay, that's Ace Z. Let's go with Ace Z then. Okay, right. Let's try that again, but maybe so you can actually see what's going on. Sorry, I got all excited there. I forgot to do the transition. Anyway, we'll start that again. Back to level 1, District to the North Side. Bonus life for 5 bystanders. Okay, right. So, what we're going to do here is we're just going to... I missed getting my ammo. Right then. Okay, so I can punch. That's not brilliant. That's not brilliant at all. Okay, right then. Bum 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 bum. Nope, and I'm dead. But I got my bricks, and that's cost me 2 lives already. Okay, so I think it's clear that one of the reasons I didn't play much of this game is it would have been infuriating. I am not as young as I used to be, and I've got a better idea of crap games. At a spectrum, all the games are crap. I got a T-shirt that says even the magazines were crap. But this is actually quite infuriating. There is a good game here, and let's just spin through them. One of the things I pointed out: when you've got lane games going on your ZX, no, not on your ZX Spectrums, but on your iPhones. I think the obvious one is Subway Riders. Part of me is just like, you've got 3 lanes, you can run, you can switch, you've got to avoid things. This is essentially a form of that 3-lane game that you see on your iPhones and your Android devices. This is Subway Riders. It's even got riders. The clue is even there in the title, but it just goes to show that this game is just so sluggish. You know, they've got some, I mean, there's some great coding bits and pieces in here. As I said, I love the idea that you've actually got perspective in your graphics, so you're giving it that 3D effect, and it allows you to do effectively a game built around parallax scrolling, with the front lane going much faster, which changes the scrolling speed of the back lane, and it's clear that when you look at the arrows, you know, it's got that sort of smoothness it's needed for the graphics to go by. Is doing well, but a lot of that is lost in the sluggishness of the controls. This is not an easy game to control. You know, this is a level of difficulty that, and I know lots of people talk about the old games are great because, you know, they are difficult, but you know, you can have difficult because there's a task that you need to do and the code is helping you towards it. Here, the code is not helping you towards it. It's just making it hard. And now we'll actually see it properly in level 2 because we've got a different type of ammo. Great graphic changes, but we've also got things that we need to dodge out of the way, which gives us less options. And just the feeling there is you don't have a lot of room to move here. You see here, I'm literally, you know, I've got to go past there to get past the next bit and fire, and it's not going to let me. It's not picking up the key inputs. The key inputs as fast as you would like. You know, it looks great, and as a graphical demo, I can see why you would get this sold. And we go, oh, that's great. Can you make a game out of it? And they've grafted the game on. But it really does feel like that the game's been grafted onto a really good tech demo. It still feels like a tech demo. You know, it's here. You can see what's going on. Everything's ready for you. But look, there's not been a lot of thought into the gameplay. With just a slightly easier difficulty level, or you know, maybe just sacrificing some of the slickness of the graphics, you might have something here. You might have a classic, but really, Shockway Riders doesn't have that much going for it. You know, it's effectively monochrome. We're getting the 3 color on the highways. The 3 colors, yeah, because you're getting yellow highways and you're getting white in between. You're getting the black lines, but you've got color clash going through there on your sort of bouncy character, who does look like a 1950s throwback Mark Lamar. You know, and even then 87 is the word. No, you've still got Mark Lamar. It's when you lose, when you lose a life, when you lose a game, you feel like that the game is always going to do that to you. When you get something successful, you just feel lucky. You don't feel any skill in actually winning it. And I, right at the top, I said, "Oh, why? I know this was on a cover tape. Why didn't I play it a lot?" I think I remember now. I remember because it is not really rewarding. You can have difficult games and them being rewarding. You see, even I'm standing next to him with like 3 goals in the fire, but I can't get him punched. There are games that are hard and rewarding, and the games that are hard and not rewarding. And this Shockway Rider comes down as no, sorry, this wasn't working then. This isn't working now. So yeah, that's that. That's Shockway Riders. I'm slightly disappointed in that. It has to be said. But it's probably a good reminder that not everything from the retro scene is absolutely perfect. There were good games and there were bad games, and this isn't a good game. But neither is it a bad game. There is something here. There's a gameplay mechanic there that would go on, and now I'm recording this video. I quite like the idea it's got a demo video, but the time it took to make that demo mode, that should have been put into polishing the gameplay. There's lots of nice ideas here, but it's just been rushed through development. No, Shockway Rider, thank you for reminding me of my youth on of getting Spectrum games. Imagine having bought this in the store. I'm kind of glad I got it in a magazine now, because at least there's 3 of the magazines, and you had the delights of Pete and the Joystick Jugglers to go through and everything as well. So yeah, that is very much it. Shockway Rider, a blast from the past that really I think should stay in the past. So it only remains for me to remind you that you saw me because of this. There we go. And Shockway Rider, I think we could safely say we'll go away from the keyboard from that one. And that will probably be the last we need to see of that title there. I'm Ian Spence. That was Retro Spectrum for today.